Okay, class, let's take a look. See where are we? So basically, we are in this chapter number 3. Okay, so we are supposed in the page 137. Let me see first. No. Yeah, we are in the page 138. Okay, so let me do a little bit recap first. You come to the right place first. Basically, we're in the Pakini Kasa Kaha, meaning to say this is the miscellaneous. Okay, class, basically, once we finish 89 consciousness and 52 Cetasika, we come to the chapter 3. Because in chapter 3, we need all the elements, we need all the elements and details in order to form the cognitive process, whether active or passive, in the next chapter. Then we really need it, to explain how we experience the jhana and the nibbana, and including in the daily life. Okay, so in the very beginning, we already finished what? We talk about the root of all the 89 consciousness. Then we talk about, besides the root, we talk about the function for all the consciousness. Okay, actually you should remember, but I think you wouldn't remember because without examination. But I remember well. Okay, the function. Okay, and then this. Then also we have to talk about what is the object. Relates to the six. Relate to the sixth organ. Okay. Then we have to know what is. What is the nerve system related to correct them. Okay. So this is all we're going to talk about. Well, in the previous chapter, we go to the object already. So class, take a look. Let me just simple give you a recap. It's a compendium of the object. So basically for the object, class, in Abhidhamma, they got a few perception that some objects very easy to be understood, like the sound we hear by our ear, and we see the color object through our eye, and we smell, through our nose, or this. And the time, all is present, remember. So the moment you see, the moment you hear, all are present according to the Abhidhamma. Okay, but besides this, they got a few subjects you cannot perceive by the organ, eye, ear, nose, tongue, but only by the mind only. Class, for the mind in Abhidhamma, you can take it as the brain nowadays. So they got a few things you can only perceive by your brain. So this is the few things: sensitive matter, subtler matter, consciousness, mental factor, nibbana, and concept. Okay, number one, sensitive matter is a nerve system for your eye, ear, nose. Okay, so class, remember, you can't see your eye nerve system to your eye. Am I right? But your brain can see it. Of course, have to go through the jhana. Then from the jhana, you're able to see the nerve within your eye and within all the organ. Okay. Then besides this, let's take a look. There will be the subtler matter. So subtler matter including what should we call it? It's the water element. It's considered subtler matter. Consciousness, yes, you can use your brain to understand your brain. The consciousness can know the consciousness because now you are in the jhana, you know. Why? Because you're using your consciousness to check your consciousness. Now you experience nibbana, you know, because you have used the consciousness to experience the consciousness. Just now the lunch, I'm quite greedy. I know why, because I'm using my consciousness to understand that particular consciousness. So that's why consciousness could be known by the consciousness. So now and then in the simple way, meaning to say the brain, what's the functioning, involve a lot of all the chemistry, it start to function, then, we got so many parts in the brain, so the other part can know what is that particular part to play the function. So that's why consciousness can know the consciousness itself. So besides, our brain also can know the mental factor, both of them are combined together. If you experience nibbana, must be through your brain. And what is the concept? Concept meaning to say that it's all the languages, all the symbol, all once through our eye organ and come to the brain. So in the brain, we interpret it. We try to relate it. We try to correct it All this we call it as a concept, or we call it as a knowledge, or whatever. So now we will go to this part. It's the brain part. We call it as the mind part. Okay, now come. So please come to this chapter. Okay, this part. Okay, so this is previous subjects. In the previous. So this is all we talk about lah. So I recap already. Now we come to the number 17. Is the classification by the way of the door. Okay, well, this one we also finished already. Then come. Now basically the object, you see, pertains only to the present. All is in the present. But if the subject involved in the brain, it can involve present, future, and the present, past, and the future. So that's why we can recall what we ate in our breakfast, because the object in the brain can recall to the past. So actually this is the most complicated part, because today I just give the Chinese abhidhamma. Abhidhamma, they got one is very meaningful thing is about the hatred. Basically the hatred, you see, hatred, what is the proximate cause? Okay, usually generally the people, if you condemn me, so you are my enemy. If you condemn the person I love, you are my enemy. Okay. Then if you make friends with my enemy, you also is my enemy, right? In politics, in business field, they might see things in this way. See, the complicated thing is all of them involve past, present, and the future. So the brain play the roles. You condemn me, you are my enemy now. But in the past, you condemn me in the past, you're still my enemy. If I think in the future you are going to condemn me, you are my enemy also. Same. You are hurting my beloved, you are my enemy. In the past, you hurt them before, you also was my enemy. You was my enemy, you are my enemy. And if I think you may hurt my beloved in the future, you will be my enemy also. Likewise, same like you make friend with my enemy in the future, you make friend with my enemy in the past, and now you make friend with an enemy, you are also my enemy. See or not? So that's why basically if the hatred, the brain always occupied with the hatred, including past, present, and future. So this is what happened in the politics. So that if they speculated that, oh, you will make friends with my family, so of course you are my family, I start put a strategy to kick you off. It happens very common in all the society, all this type of stuff. So this is how why we have to study, because during the cultivation, if you're not able to let go, you cannot fully understand yourself. Basically, it's very hard to go to the jhana. Because all the hatred will relate to the past, present, and the future, and this is the brain part. So, meaning to say that once thing involve the brain, there will be present only. There will be past and the future. All the subject can come, and they will not just combine together. Karma as a hatred. It could be the greedy. It could be the skeptical. Wow, a lot of things. They keep on in the brain. See not. But of course, this is a disadvantage by having the brain. But without the brain, you can go into the jhana and also can experience. You can experience the nibbana, and also you can experience to know everything, all the knowledge. So this is the precious as a human, but also it's the disadvantageous as a human. See not. So that's why you see here, you say, my do chitta, time, past, present, and future. Okay, now, now we come here. In the case of the door-free consciousness, okay, so now after we talk about all the organ class, now we go to the door-free. Door-free meaning to say that it doesn't involve to any of the door, including the brain, are not involved. So what is that? Okay, so Sally, can you please go through the passage in the case of the door-free consciousness, please.
In the case of door-free consciousness, etc., the door-free consciousness is the chitta that performs in any single life the three functions of rebirth, linking, bhavana, and death. It is of 19 types, as explained earlier. The object of this chitta can be of 6 kinds. It can be any of the 5 sense objects, either past or present, or it can be a mental object. In all 3 of its functions, this chitta retains the same object from rebirth moment to the moment of decease. That same object is grasped at the moment of rebirth by relinking consciousness. During the course of life, it is held to be held by every bhavana chitta, and at the moment of death, it is held by the death consciousness. The object of door-free consciousness in any given existence is generally identical with the object of the last cognitive process in the immediate preceding existence. When a person is on the verge of death, in the last phase of active consciousness, some object will present itself to the cognitive process, determined by previous karma and present circumstances. This object can be one of the 3 kinds. 1. It can be a karma, good or evil deed performed earlier during the same lifetime. 2. It can be a sign of karma, that is, an object of or image associated with the good or evil deed that is about to determine rebirth, or an instrument used to perform it. For example, a devout person may see the image of a monk or temple. A physician may see the image of patients. A butcher may see the groans of slaughtered cattle, or see an image of a butcher knife. 3. It can be a sign of destiny, that is, a symbol of realm into which the dying person is about to be reborn. For example, a person heading for a heavenly rebirth may see celestial mansions. Persons heading to an animal rebirth may see forests or fields. A person heading for rebirth in hell may see infernal fires. According to the situation, the Vibhavanitika explains this place to mean that the object recognized by the door-free chitta varies according to the door at which it was originally apprehended by the last mental process of the preceding life, according to whether it is a present past object or concept, and according to whether it is a karma, a sign of karma, or sign of destiny. The explanation is as follows. In the case of sense sphere rebirth, any one of the 5 sense objects apprehended in any of the 6 doors of the last jhana process of the preceding existence may become an object as a sign of karma. Such an object, on the occasions of rebirth linking, the first series of bhavanas can be either past or present. It can be present because the sense object apprehended by the last jhana process or the previous existence may still persist as far as the first few mind moments of the new existence. Thereafter, for the bhavana and for the death consciousness of the new existence, that object is necessarily past. A mental object apprehended in the mind door in the last jhana process of the previous existence may become an object of the rebirth thinking bhavana and death consciousness of the new existence as a karma or as a sign of karma that is past. If the object should be a sign of destiny, it is usually a visible form apprehended in the mind door and is present. In the case of 5 material sphere rebirth, the object of the 3 of the 3 process 3 chittas is a mental object apprehended in the mind door process of the preceding existence. It is a concept, hence timeless, and is considered a sign of karma. So too in the case of rebirth into the first and third immaterial planes. In the case of rebirth into the second and fourth immaterial planes, the object in the citta is a mental object. It is past and is also considered a sign of karma.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's try to digest. This is the very important part in Abhidhamma. We can say it's the most important part. Okay, let's see. Okay, class. So let's try to understand what does that mean for all. Let's take a look to this diagram. Okay, so maybe not that good. Let me try to use this, is better. Okay, please take a, let me just show you the diagram for this, chapter number 4. Okay, limited jhana, absorption. Okay, never mind, I don't see it here. Okay. Let's take a look to this. Okay, okay, class. This is the last moment before you die in the past life. This is the present life. Okay, so according to Abhidhamma, once we talk about the free dot connected process, it involves 3 things only. One is the death consciousness, which will execute the function of the death. In the next life, we call it as a rebirth consciousness, which will execute the function of the rebirth, and also the bhavanga. We go through the whole life. So this we call it as the free door, because I cannot show you. See, now here's the ear door, here's the eye door, ear door. I can show you, but free door I can't show you. But anyway, we can only tell you is it involves the first moment you rebirth, the last moment you death, and if let's say if you are if your 5 faculty, if it is in an inactive way, then the bhavanga will appear. Just so that your brain stem playing the function to sustain your life. Okay. So now it comes the moment if you die. If let's say you die, according to the Abhidhamma, you see or not? So this is the last moment before you die, and then this is the last 5 jhana will go through before you die. And this for the last 5 moments, there could be 3 things appear. Number 1 is the karma. Second is the sign of the karma. The third is the destiny of the karma. Sign of the karma meaning to say that it signifies that what you have done in this life, either good or bad. Second is the nimitta of the karma, meaning to say that if the last moment, if it appeared like a temple or a monk, meaning to say that you have a high chances to rebirth as a human. Why? Because you used to go to the temple, you used to see the monk, and for the doctor, he used to use the stethoscope, and he used to wear his uniform. All this which he used the equipment to perform all the good deed will appear as the karma nimitta. So that this nimitta appear, it show that where will you go. Likewise, if let's say it show up like a nimitta just during the meditation, meaning to say that you're going to reborn to the rupa jhana. And if let's say it come out like a palace, it's a very beautiful palace. The palace, sometimes it could be signify you will be reborn to the deva. Because in the deva, all the palace looks very beautiful. So it depends on your karma. Your karma, which one ripen, so the last moment before you pass away, it will signify as a karma nimitta. And the third possibility is the destiny nimitta, meaning to say that if you're able to see all the fire come out, maybe it shows the door of health. You're going to be reborn as in the hell. And maybe if you see a field, a forest, okay, it might be the sign of nimitta, signifying that you're going to be reborn as an animal. It could be in this way, see or not. And the sign nimitta also could be good. It also depends on the circumstances. So, meaning to say that whatever we do now, let's say if it is strong enough, it will determine where we go. Only we will know in the last moment, because in the last moment, all the things will appear. What can we do is just follow only. We can't change already. We can change it during the moment we're present. But by knowing the abhidhamma, I think maybe they disclose all this through the observation, through the jhana. So they notice that usually all the human, wherever you go, they must be under these three categories. Okay, so let's go back to the theory. So that is the meaning is shown here, you see. Okay, class, let's take a look. So just now, Sally read, is starting from here, you see. We call it the door-free consciousness. It involves rebirth, linking, bhavanga, and the death. Remember, that is the door-free. Okay, so these are 19 types. 我睇我都係慳翻啊！我哋嘅人越讀越少 ，maybe it's over detail. Let me throw away all the detail, so that I can keep at least 3 people until finish the whole abhidhamma. No people study, no people do the diagram. Okay, so I threw away all the details and all the nitty-gritty. Let's come and see. You see, generally, the free door object is identical. Okay, so what is the meaning of all this type of stuff? Let me tell you. Okay, you see, this is the last moment. Once you rebirth, once you rebirth, so this is the whole life of you. Okay, you will die once you reach like for example 76 years old. So this can be very, very long. Okay, and then the death, the last one is the death consciousness will appear during the last moment. So meaning to say that throughout the whole this type of the lifespan, okay, the bhavanga keep on appear. Okay, and then if in the past life you reborn as a deva, so meaning to say that it appears as the nimitta. So in this whole life, all the bhavanga will take the object of the nimitta as the object for the whole life. Okay, to this life, 4 of us will reborn as a human. Meaning to say, in the past life, the karma we create is the human karma. Okay, it must be the egg consciousness, the favorable consciousness must be the egg, one of them. Okay, but we don't know what is our past life. The last moment object we don't know. Okay, but usually it must be relate. Maybe if you used to go to the temple, maybe it appears a temple. Okay, if let's say just like I mentioned you see, if let's say you are the doctor, you see. Okay, class, let's take a look. If let's say you are the doctor, see, now it could be the instrument to perform. You see, either you will see the image as a monk, the physician will see the patient. Okay, but the butcher will see the slaughter cattle, or this one, they will go to the woeful state. But for these 2 examples, the last moment we die, we see the monk, and we see the patient, usually reborn as a human. But we don't know. And this object will become the next life bhavanga. But usually we don't know our bhavanga, what is the object? Usually we don't know. But quite sure if we reborn as the deva, there must be the nimitta. But for this life, we don't know. Because our mind keep on active, or our organ keep on active. We don't have any single moment in the bhavanga, so we don't know. Okay, but actually it doesn't matter whether you know or don't know. But just because there will be some text there, I have to explain to you. So if you don't understand, just forget about it. Okay, so we go to the more important point. So let's take a look here. You see, according to the situation okay, so this is the meaning here, you see. Okay, in the case of the free dog, we mentioned already, then you see, number 1 is the karma, good or the evil deed. Second is the karma nimitta. This one is very important. So class, if let's say this life, you cannot create a strong karma, especially the jhana, at least you must create a good karma nimitta, at least. So that the last moment you die, if you do a Sankhigadana, a lot of monks will appear in front of you. Okay, or maybe you go to an orphanage house, so a lot of staff will appear. Then you will be reborn at least as a human. Or you prefer attend to the Dharma class, you see all the sutra, sutta, all this kind of stuff. It is good also if you can remember the certificate which I award to you. You still reborn as a human. So just come, get all your this stuff, because the certificate I will award to you, the purpose number one, okay, once you put yourself into the coffin, no, somebody put you into the coffin, they can put the certificate in the coffin and bury together or burn together. Well, once I reach your funeral, I see the certificate, I can remind you the courses you attain, and then you have to recollect it. That is the purpose. Okay, so please don't take it as a piece of paper. The certificate is meaningful for your last moment. Get it? Okay, get it? Appreciate it. Then last, you see, this is a sign of the destiny. This one, you also can hardly control whether you're going to see celestial mansion, or you will see the forest, or you will see the infernal fire. It really depends on the karma to decide where you go and will appear. That's why for those who have the psychic, they can predict where you go, because the psychic can read your future, especially the last moment. So by seeing the last moment, what appeared, I can predict where you go already. So this is how they play the psychic to predict. And so I believe maybe some fortune teller, some if they meditate, by using their 紫微斗数 or the number or what, usually if they combine together with the meditation, you will see the image, usually maybe in the upper part of your brain, they will see it. Once they see it, they will decipher it, and then they will interpret it and predict and do the prediction to you. Okay, so that is the meaning here. So this is the most important, crucial part for this. Then come here. If let's say in case of a sense field rebirth, meaning to say you were reborn as a human, woe and the woeful state. Okay, what will happen will be the karma, or as a sign of the karma. Okay, so this is the past, we don't bother it. It could be the sign of the destiny also, or one of them will appear in the last moment you die. Then second is the five material sphere rebirth. Okay, so usually there must be the concept only, which is the timeless, the concept. Okay, and then there will be the second and the fourth immaterial period is the same. There still is the concept, so it is the timeless. Class, remember, the concept appear in your brain, and the nimitta and the nibbana appear in your brain. Both are considered timeless. Timeless. They are the object which is timeless, but what we hear, what we see, what we feel, all are present. This is why if you attain to the jhana, you will feel no time and no space. Because they are the timeless. The nature the nature itself is very wonderful. See. If let's say you reborn to the second and the fourth immaterial plane, they will consider a sign of the karma will appear, which is the sign of nimitta is nimitta or sign of karma is the nimitta. Then we come to the usually. Okay, let's see first. Usually, okay, the qualification is added with reference. Okay, let me finish this one paragraph only. Is added with reference to this report after passing from the realm a ram in the family where altogether such can be some immediate. Okay, never mind, I will ignore it. Okay, now we go to the classification of part of the consciousness. Okay, okay, classification. Okay, yes, Kok Hong, can you please read the passage of this I consciousness, please?
Of this I consciousness, etc., each take a single object, respectively visible form, etc. But the triple mind elements takes all five kinds of sense object, visible form. The remaining sense spheres, resultants, and the smiling consciousness always have only sense spheres objects. The unwholesome consciousness and the sense spheres jhana that are dissociated from knowledge take all objects except supramanded state. The sense spheres wholesome consciousness associated with knowledge and the whole direct knowledge consciousness consisting in the fifth jhana take all objects except the path and fruits of arahantship. the sense spheres functionals associated with knowledge, the functional direct knowledge consciousness, and the determining consciousness can all take all kinds of objects. Among the immaterial consciousness, the second and fourth take sublime object. All the remaining sublime consciousness take concept as object. The supermanded consciousness take nibbana as object.
Okay, stop. I think we try to ignore it. If I go further, I think maybe next lesson, just one or two people remain only. And then finally I have to close the class already. Okay, so I just ignore it because too many details. Even Mr. Leong also one diagram you haven't passed up to me as the homework, you see. So finally I have to do something already. Okay, I think I just ignore it. You no need to worry. In the future, all the class, everything is in my brain. I teach many times already. So I use the most simple way to let you understand, and then you apply to your meditation. I think it will be fine already, right? Or I think you don't like all the calculation, right? All the graph. I think I don't see your face doesn't show you like it, okay. So we just continue, I will try to just ignore this part, I think, but some maybe just some definition you have to just you just have to know for that, let's see, wholesome. Okay, so we just ignore this diagram, okay, we ignore this. Okay, so we go to analysis of the basis, the last one. You don't think Mr. Leong, don't you think you want to clap for that? Okay, we go on that last part. Okay, guide 20. We try to finish it. So I think Mr. Leong, I'll let you have a rest. You don't have a good rest, Mr. Leong. So I just finished this part. You don't have a good rest. So we dismiss the class early a little bit. Okay. Analysis. Okay. In the summary of the basis to the page 144. So just now the object of knowledge is enough for you already. For the next chapter. In the summary of basis, please, Mr. Leong.
Analysis of bases. In the summary of bases, there are 6 bases, namely eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and heart base. All these too are found in the sense world, but in the fine material world, 3 basics, nose, tongue, and body, are not found. In the immaterial world, no base exists. Analysis of bases. In those planes of existence where materiality obtains, chittas and chittasikas arise in independence on a condition called a base. A base is a physical support for the occurrence of consciousness. Although the first 5 bases coincide with the first 5 doors, namely the sensitive matter of the 5 sense faculties, a base is not identical with a door, since it plays a different role in the origination of consciousness. A door is a channel through which the chittas and cetasikas of a cognitive process gain access to the object. A base is a physical support for the occurrence of chittas and cetasikas. This difference in functions implies important consequences. In an eye-door process, many types of chittas apart from eye consciousness occur with eye sensitivity as their door. But eye sensitivity is the base solely of eye consciousness, not of the other chittas that utilize the eye door. In relation to the doors, the various chittas that function as rebirth linking bhavanga and death consciousness are considered door-free, that is, as occurring without any door. But in the planes of existence, which include both mind and matter, no chitta occur without a base. In the present section, the author will enumerate the bases and classify chittas by the way of the bases of which they depend. Heart base. According to the Pali commentators, the heart serves as the physical support for all chitta other than the two sets of fivefold sense of consciousness, which take their respective sensitivities as their basis. In the canonical Abhidhamma, the heart base is not expressly mentioned. The Patana, the last book of the Abhidhamma-Pitaka, simply speaks of that matter in dependence on which the mind element and mind consciousness element occur. The commentaries, however, subsequently specify that matter to be the heart base, a cavity situated within the physical heart, in the sense world. In the sensuous plane of existence, all six bases are found, except in the case of those who are born blind or deaf. In the fine material world, the three bases of nose, tongue, and body, the supports for the corresponding types of sensuous experience are absent, since these types of sense experience are coarser in quality than the other two, that is, sight and hearing, and thus are excluded from this elevated plane. The commentators say that the beings there possesses the physical forms of these organs, but these organs lack sensitivity and hence cannot serve as basis for smelling, tasting, and touching sensory experience that therefore do not occur in the fine material realm. In the immaterial world, no bases exist because of all the bases are made of matter.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, finish. So class, okay, yes, let me tell you, here we have one more new thing to learn regarding the base. Okay, class, basically base is the physical support in order to let the chitta chettasika to appear. Okay, meaning to say they are the sensitive matter in the respective organ, which is the nerve system. Okay, well, you may ask, if that's the case, what's the difference between the base and the door? Definition is the different. Base is the physical. I mean, a base is the physical. It's a physical component in order to support the arises. But the door is the door. Is in some way is a channel so that our mind and the consciousness can interact with the external object. So that is the difference between the door and also the base. But for the first 5, eye, ear, nose, tongue, and the body, they all is the same. Except the last one is for here, they got one concept we call it as a hataya watu. That will be the different. Hataya watu, according to Abhidhamma, it could be related to the jantung, the heart one. But whereas for the door, the last one, the mind door, usually I prefer to see it as the brain. Okay, but here is the heart according to the Abhidhamma. So let me see. Okay, so according here, it says chitta chittasika arise depends on the base. You see, it's the physical support. Okay, then the door is the channel. See or not? Okay, they are all is the sensitive issue. You see or not? Here is all the sensitivity. You see or not? Okay, then no chitta occurs without any base. We all need the base to make it occur. I'll stop here lah. Mr. Liao, go and have a rest. Okay, please palms together. Please palms together. Okay, okay. I wish to inculcate.
I wish to inculcate
More favorable consciousness.
more
favorable consciousness
Through transferring merit
through
transferring merit
to my past life enemy and relative.
to my past life enemy and relative.
May they be liberated
May they be liberated
and free from suffering.
and free from suffering.
Attain Nibbana
Attain Nibbana,
and helping others to do the same.
and
helping others to do the same.
Okay, a few sentences. Let me try to finish it. Class, in the next lesson, we talk about the heart base. Then we finish already. So we go to the chapter 4. So in the chapter 4, we'll talk about how about our mandate, our 5 organ and the brain functioning using Abhidhamma. The brain itself, including your wandering mind, or you're creating something, and then we go to the supra-mandate, include how to experience Nibbana and the jhana by using all the knowledge from the previous 3 chapters. Please stay back with me. Don't run away. Sally, yeah, Sally, please. Okay, on the mic, Sally. Hey, your mic, Sally.
Thank you, Sifu, for the class today, and we pay 3 respects. Sadhu,
sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.